Hi everyone, it's Danielle here and welcome to my channel, A Sprinkle of Joy. Today I wanted to share with you a granola recipe that I came up with. Now, over Christmas break, I was having fun making a lot of panettone bread, and that bread requires a lot of egg yolks, but not the egg whites. So I had a lot of extra egg whites laying around and I was trying to think of a use for them. And so I decided to research a little bit about if you could use egg whites in granola, and you can. So it makes it a lot extra crispy. So I decided to come up with a recipe that not only used egg whites, but then also used sourdough discard, which, as you know, I love making sourdough and I always have discard lying around. So I decided to add the egg whites and the sourdough to a granola recipe, and it came out so great. I don't think I'm ever gonna have to buy granola from the store again. So I wanted to share that with you today, and hopefully you enjoy it. Thanks.
Okay, so I'm not really sure what happened here, but in that pan I have 50 grams of brown sugar, 60 grams of honey, and 50 grams of butter. And I'm about to add 70 grams of discard. And then you're going to let that melt until it's all a liquid. Now here I have 400 grams of oats, and I'm adding some nuts, about 150 grams of nuts. I used walnuts and hazelnuts because that's what I had on hand. I would really love to try this with pecans because I think that would taste delicious. So to your mixture, you're going to add that butter mixture to the flour or to the oats and nuts that you already mixed together. And then you're going to make sure that you really mix that in well so all of the oats and nuts are kind of coated in that honey and sugar mixture. Now, in place of butter, I have also used coconut oil before, and that tasted equally as delicious. And here are my egg whites. I'm using about 90 grams of egg whites, which is probably like 2 to 3 egg whites depending on the size of your eggs. So just like before, you're going to just mix that all together and make sure everything is coated nicely. And then after you get this all coated, it is time to spread it on to a pan. Now I like to line my pans with either a slip mat, or with some parchment paper because it makes it so that it doesn't get stuck to the actual cookie sheet. Then I kind of spread it around, but not super thin. You kind of want it clumped up so you get those really great clumps of granola like you get when you buy store-bought granola. Then you're going to put that in the oven at 300 degrees for about 45 minutes. Then while that's cooking, I'm making my inclusions. So I like to use chocolate. These happen to be those dark chocolate like chunks from Ghirardelli, but I've also used semi-sweet chocolate chips before too. And then I like to cut them up a little bit. And this time I decided to add some dried cherries to my granola as well, because I always like to add a little bit of them to it. And that choppy thing that I have does not work very well on cherries, so I am just using my chef's knife to kind of get the cherries a little bit smaller. And then after the granola comes out, it's going to crisp up while you let it sit. So you're going to want to let it sit for probably about 30 to 40 minutes. And then you are going to add in your inclusions. And this granola I actually put back in the oven for a little while longer because it wasn't quite crisp enough. So after it cooled, I added in the cherries and the chocolate, and I just kind of mixed it together with my hands. And then I like to store my stuff in a mason jar. So this makes about 2 or 3 of those big mason jars worth of granola.
Well, that was my granola recipe. I hope that you like it if you try it. And let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, thank you so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate all of the views that I get. And if there's anything you would like to see on this channel or even on my blog, just let me know in the comments below. And I will be talking to you guys later. Bye.